Section 4.1a is about the coordinate plane. We'll start by defining the coordinate plane. It's a place to graph ordered pairs. The x-axis and the y-axis cross to create it. Over here you see a coordinate plane. There's an x number line, which we call the x-axis, and there's a y number line, a vertical number line that we call the y-axis. Now those two axes cross to create something called quadrants. Quadrants are the four regions created by crossing the x and y axis. Now those quadrants have names. They're actually numbered using Roman numerals. This quadrant is quadrant 1. Anything that's positive in the x and positive on the y is in quadrant 1. This quadrant on the upper left is quadrant 2. This is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. And that's how we write those. We use Roman numerals to describe them. One other thing to note about the coordinate plane is if you have x movement to the right, that's going to be positive. So if you notice, positive x's go to the right and negative x's go to the left. That's important when we're going to be asked to identify points here in a minute. And then in the y-axis, up and down, positive movement is up, so positive numbers go up, and negative movement is down for the y-axis. Here's an example where we're supposed to name ordered pairs and also name the quadrant that they're in. So we'll start with point A. Right here, point A is this green dot. We've got to figure out what the x quadrant is, which means we started at 0 and we traveled to the right, in this case, 7 units. So that tells us that our x coordinate is 7. Then we got to travel up, which is the y coordinate. Since up is positive on the y-axis, we notice that this green dot is on the y of a 6. Now that creates an ordered pair, 7, 6. You always put the x value first and the y value second. Now what quadrant is this in? Well, this is in the first quadrant, Roman numeral 1. Let's look at B now. B is to the left on the x-axis. It's to the left 2 units, which is a -2 for the x coordinate. And then we go up 2 on the y-axis, which is a +2. That creates an ordered pair of -2, 2, x value first, y value second. And what quadrant is this upper left quadrant? That is the second one. C is to the right 3, so a +3x, and down 2, down is negative in the y's. So 3, -2 is my ordered pair. This quadrant down here is quadrant 4. And then letter D, to the right and left 0. So we don't travel anywhere to the right or left, so that coordinate is 0, but we do travel down 5, so -5 in the y-axis. Now what quadrant is it in? If you notice, it's not in the third quadrant or the fourth quadrant, it's right on the line. So we say that it's in no quadrant, or we say none. Here we're asked to name some points and also the quadrant they're in, starting with letter A. That's to the left 3, so -3 on the x-axis, and then up 2, which is a +2, and that's in quadrant 2. Letter B is to the right 7, but it's up or down 0. It doesn't go up or down at all. That creates an ordered pair of 7, 0. It's on a line, which means it's not in any quadrant at all. C is to the left 2 and down 4, so -2, -4 is my ordered pair, and that's down here in the lower left, which is the third quadrant, Roman numeral 3. And then D to the left 6 and up 8, so -6, +8, and that is in the second quadrant.